You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel.
Spies are only human.
With human weaknesses?
We all have those.
We all need companionship, you mean? Did the man before me, did he need someone?
You watch too many films. I suppose it flatters the Western ego. Eastern women drawn to those from the West. Oh yes, we do need you to take us off to a better life. The planes fly quite openly these days.
Well, I did not mean...
I think perhaps you did. I'm not Anna Chapman. I don't spill my life story simply so I can be on TV.
So you would never use such tactics?
If it got the job done.
Government ministers?
Maybe.
Civil servants?
Perhaps.
Even spies?
Even spies have weaknesses.
Yes, we do.
I like you men from the West. You're a decadent. You don't care about morals or your systems. You don't act out of a sense of honor. You simply take what you want. You're not afraid. For years we were afraid. The Germans, the Russians, now maybe even the world. But you don't seem to be afraid of anything. I know we meet to exchange secrets, tank deployments, troop movements, the positions of the Russian fleet in the Crimea. But sometimes we must also meet for ourselves. People are still people. We all share the same hopes, dreams, desires. You have done all that those in London have asked of you. I, those in Warsaw. Now, we must think for ourselves. We're alone. There is no one else here. Only you and me. I'll soon be missed. We don't have much time.
Not long now.
Quite a journey all the way from London.
You know, I'm from this neck of the woods myself.
Oh, I thought you were from down south. You don't sound northern.
If you ever visit the lakes, you'll know why.
Beautiful, are they?
They are.
And the houses?
Expensive.
I suppose even today one needs to have attended the right school.
Even more so today.
So much of our careers are based on making the right friends. Those that will stick by us through thick and thin.
I agree. Friendship is all. And how did Lennox react when you told him? He was so close to having a name, and yet so far.
Well, go to this remote location and see whoever it is you need to see.
You seriously believe him?
Look, I heard the recording from the safe house, but you were there. Yesterday, 3 Russian planes flew over Bristol at low altitude. By the time the RAF got anything into the air to take a look, they were gone. Cobra is once again screaming for answers. I've got the DG breathing down my neck. We no longer appear to be able to tell Defence Intelligence what day of the week it is. That's what I believe.
But then why not just give us the name right now? Sergei is after all living at our expense. He should be prepared to tell us what we want.
I don't know. He doesn't feel safe, can't remember, he's doing it his way. Any and all of the above, take your pick. Just find out what the name is.
Very well. And what do we do with Sergei when all this is over?
Sergei is a one-trick pony who doesn't appear to be very good at his only trick. Once he has given us what we need, we'll do a deal with the Russians and send him back.
Moscow may have him killed?
Then send some nice flowers.
You're all heart, Lennox. You always were.
Go to this meeting, get the name.
And make you look good?
Go alone. I don't want anyone else to know how he came across his information.
So if it all goes wrong, there'll be no tracing it back to you.
See you in a couple of days. Close the door on the way out.
Ah, Mike.
Ted, how are you?
Fine. Look, are you busy over the next couple of days?
Actually, I was planning to take the next 2 days off.
I need a favor. To be honest, I need someone to watch my back.
You were always gentle. And vigorous. Our flights across the UK have been unimpeded recently. A friend of yours has been of great assistance to us. But we think he may now be under suspicion. We think he may even suspect you. NATO must already be asking questions. They will want to know why your success rate has fallen so dramatically. We have now completed our infiltration program. Certain people are now in place. It's not safe to continue this. NATO should feel they are winning again. We must allow the messages to get through once more. Remove the hindrance in the system. Remove the man that has created the hindrance. We know he is your friend. But this is beyond friendship. If he stays in place much longer, London will be forced to ask questions. Questions we believe will lead back to you. He has fulfilled his role in this operation. It is time to bring it to an end. You must bring it to an end. Do you understand, David? What Moscow is asking?
Yes, I understand.
We're almost there.
Certainly, out in the wilds.
Our game is not known for having spectators.
Indeed, it isn't.
Take the next exit. We're very close now.
Our countries have long been friends.
Yes, we have.
I visited your capital. Did I tell you that?
No.
I'm sure you must have a file on me.
Several, I would think.
Have you read them?
No.
I saw many sights.
I can imagine.
Your Buckingham Palace.
It's not mine.
You've never visited the Queen.
I'm not in her circle.
I don't understand. What is this circle?
It's who knows who. And who is no longer part of it.
Part of...
If you want to have influence over something, you usually have to be part of that group. Be one of those that makes the decisions. And if you no longer are, if, say, you decide to serve other masters, others sometimes notice.
And how does someone like me gain access to those in power?
I think we both know how that is usually done. Is this a honey trap? Is that why you reported your contact to us? Did he turn you down?
Is that what you think?
London is suspicious.
London is always suspicious. London sees spies around every corner. It's convinced that a new Cold War is now underway.
Isn't it?
Did the Cold War ever end? Could you afford the Cold War to come to an end? What would you find to spend the money on if there was no one left to be afraid of?
When you last visited London, did you visit Kensington Palace Garden?
The Russian embassy. So you do have a file on me. Of course I did.
They believe you work for them.
As London believes I work for them.
Your contact?
He believed what he wanted to believe.
And the truth?
Whatever he chose to believe. You think I believe in nothing. You are wrong. I believe in right and wrong. I don't think those that pay our wages care for us. To them we are only assets in someone else's game that even they don't fully understand. They pretend they do, but they don't. People are sacrificed, lives ruined, but this game continues.
What did you talk about in the Russian embassy?
Spying, what else?
You are Polish, not Russian, so they recruited you when you were in St. Petersburg?
It's where it's done. You have Cambridge, they have St. Petersburg.
With you in the middle.
I'm not alone there, am I?
What else did you talk about?
We talked about you.
Does it remind you of anything?
A field is a field as far as I'm concerned.
You're right. They do look pretty much the same, don't they? You could be almost anywhere.
Yet, here we are.
Yes. You discover the name of someone inside MI6.
You think he'll turn up?
Oh, yes, I've no doubt on that score.
Why? I'm not sure I would.
Well, you see, David, with time, all traitors are revealed. It's just a case of whether they are then compromised by our side or their side.
In that case, knowing which of us is the most vulnerable would be very interesting.
I agree. Knowing where the trail leads will prompt certain action to be taken.
What do you mean by that?
By asking for a different contact, the polls indicated that they clearly no longer trusted the man they'd been dealing with. They thought he was becoming a risk. They were no longer sure where his loyalty was. That man was you. I was only sent as a replacement. After Polish intelligence brought you to the attention of Vauxhall, our NATO intercept suddenly took a downward turn. But an excuse was needed, a reason to be found. I was that reason. Blackmailing Sir Robert will provide an explanation if anyone ever bothers to check. But I was only the cover. Our intercepts had been failing for some time before I went to Poland. A defector sent from Russia was to confirm what London believed it already knew. Moscow no longer trusts you. They think you are no longer a safe pair of hands. They believe you are taking the money, have got used to it, and have started to become careless. Once a friend of the Kremlin, they never forget you. As a traitor, you were blown. You must have had your suspicions. Once it was me that got sent to Ekblak and not you. Lennox has had his eye on you for some time.
On me? What about you? How long have we worked together? The three of us? I've got bills to pay. I've got a wife. I've got kids. I've got a mortgage. Everywhere I turn, I'm facing another cost. And you're complaining about Moscow not being happy? Oh, they never said that before when it was all going well, did they? When it was secret letter drops or microfilm under park benches or even computer files left in rubbish bins. Oh, no, everything was fine then. How quickly people forget. We all have our off days. None of us can be at our best all the time. What do they think is going on here in the West? We are getting hammered every day with demands for money. Money that's not there in our pockets. I may have gotten into this game to try and keep the world safe from idiots that want to destroy it, but I still have to live in it. It's easy for Moscow to be disappointed when they don't have to open their wallet 10 times a day. Do you still recall those days in St. Petersburg? Oh, what a summer that was. I always had a thing for her. I need the money. It's as simple as that. I just now need the money. And if they take me down, how long before I tell them about you?
Not long. I would have thought.
What? No!
Sorry, comrade. I would stay. But it's a long drive back to London.
In the long drive, Robin Ingram was Ted, Jeff Bainham was Mike, Wanda Dushinska was Magda, Dan Dawes was Lennox, Mark Hill was Sir Robert Hammond, and Zik Stanieszek was Sergei. Artwork for the production was by Sheila Jackson, and the play was written and directed by John Fryer. The Long Drive is an audio production for Political Art.